Welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel, Unapologetic with Lorelei. Um, Today is a day with no sunshine, unfortunately. Sorry, but still, nevertheless, it's a beautiful day, and I really enjoy again showing you a piece of nature here, not far from where I live. And perhaps you heard it in my microphone. There's a couple of dogs inside, just close by me, that would like to have a say in this as well. No, just kidding. The topic, however, for today is not just something to joke about, and it's about how it is to grow up without a father, and it's not just always the obvious that it's the missing or the moments from memories. It can be so many things, and for me, it's different because I grew up without a father because my father died when I was 5 years of age, and my sister was 9 years of age, and there is a real difference in how we both dealt with it, dealing with it. Of course, as you can see, it's not a fresh memory, but it's not about the grief itself, but how it is to grow up without a father, and the consequences, how this loss can shape you already from when you are very young. So I would love to talk with you more about this in the next video, in this video rather. Sorry, and I will flip the screen and share with you nature where I am at this moment. It's a great, beautiful park not far from where I live. And yes, I hope you enjoy the scenery. And whilst talking about a topic that is not so common, but is close to my heart. And perhaps for many people, because of course, I'm not the only one. In my case, it's growing up without a father, but it can be without your mother or any other kind of loss, and maybe it resonates for some of you, or you know people in your surroundings that had to deal with that as well. So, okay, I will flip the screen and we'll talk more on the other side of the screen. Right, so here I am on the other side of the screen and showing you the beautiful area where I am at this moment. I hope you can enjoy it too, and I hope my noise cancelling microphone still picks up some of the beautiful birds that are singing their hearts out at the moment. And coming back to the topic, though, what I wanted to talk with you about today was that, as I said, my father died when I was 5 years of age, and my sister was 9 years of age. And I don't really remember this. I don't remember my father. I don't remember anything that happened around that time. I started to remember later days when I just grew up with my mother and my sister, the three of us, and we became very close. And of course, but I had no really any clue why exactly that happened, and the closeness, I mean. So my father died in an unexpected accident, a motorcycle accident, many years ago. It was in 1969, so that's quite some time ago. And but I don't really remember him either. I don't remember my father. I don't remember his voice, his laugh. um, Not, as I said, not even the day that he was gone. And I think later, some of my aunts, they told me that my mother hadn't told me immediately. She waited a few weeks, and just let me ask every time, where's Dad? When is Dad coming home? But as I said, I do not remember any of this. And for a long time, I thought, well, that's just okay then. If I don't remember, I don't remember from when I was growing up and becoming a teenager and stuff like that, and older, and now I am in my 60s myself. That's I thought, okay, I'm fine with it. If I don't remember it, then that's okay. I don't remember it. I can't grieve. I don't miss him. And I was too young in the at that time, I thought, to be really affected by it. I mean, how can how can you grieve someone you can't even picture yourself anymore? But apparently, it doesn't really work that way, does it? Um, because I learned that the body remembers what the mind forgets. Uh, my mind forgot, but my body certainly remembered, and even there were tiny signs of my body that tells me that I know what loss feels like. I just never had the words to it. I never even consciously thought about this, and I just blamed certain things on other things that were happening in my life at the moment. And Well, in the meantime, I think I'll have to show you a little bit also what the beautiful colors of the trees, the changing colors of the trees, and leaves are falling. It's kind of symbolical, I suppose, for this video that the certain life of the trees and then of the leaves they end, and then new life comes again. But that's we all know that. But as I said, for me growing up, I never really missed having a dad because I just didn't feel it that way. I had no memory to miss, and well, my sister was different in that. Of course, she did. But I can see now clearly that I can see now what I really did miss, and even though I didn't never realize it, I've missed a sense of safety, and a quiet feeling of somebody is there and somebody you love and somebody will stay. Okay, here is a nice couple of guys staring at me. Think, what is this lady doing here? But saying that, I miss that kind of safety, and the consequences is that I became a very observant person, unconsciously, subconsciously, unconsciously. I never knew it was that. I was an observant one. I'm always watching. I'm always, yeah, I'm always upset when I notice it rather when somebody leaves the room who is upset or is going through something. I just feel it and I observe it and I'm watching it and I notice it more than other people many times. I find, and if somebody's energy shifts, I can feel it too. And I always thought I was just highly sensitive in that respect, but now I know it was just vigilance. I was, and I still am actually always somehow on alert. My sister and I, we process this differently. She remembers our father, and I think she carried visible grief, and I carried my invisible grief. It's only on the inside, so therefore I never really knew. So years went by in that respect, and life went on, just like that, just like it does for everybody, I suppose. And I became strong person, if I may say so myself, a strong character. I'm independent-minded, capable of doing lots of things, if I may say so myself. I'm curious for life. I'm curious to learn things, but I wanted to be the kind of girl who was able to handle things and the kind of woman. And then one day, I went to a lady, just sort of for fun of it, and for a kind of healing session. And it was a kind of session that you go through over the timeline of your life. I didn't know it how it was going to go, but that's how it was. I was laying on a kind of table, and she was just sort of massage table, just relaxing, blanket over me, nice smells, scents, and then she went over the healing session. She went over the timeline and started from now, and she went back in younger days, from when I was younger and younger, and I ended up with my teens, and then that was so weird, and I still can't believe it sometimes. Sorry, she came to the age of when I was 5 years of age, and it was incredible. My breath, I choked. My chest came up, and my heart was pumping, and I couldn't just control my breathing anymore. And I was getting really upset, and I was getting really claustrophobic and anxious, and I don't know what. But my chest was coming up, and it was hurting me. And then she calmed me down, and then we figured out. She asked me what happened when you were 5 years of age. Well, that was quite an eye opener because I know what happened when I was 5 years of age. So I told her, and it just totally made so much sense. And I learned how much I had already was capable of blocking emotions and blocking things out of my life from that age on. It that kind of trauma just hits you like a brick, apparently, and it has that kind of consequences for the rest of your life. So I came to realize that my grief just never really disappeared. It's just gone underground. And all those years I have been shaping and my life and and how I relate to the world all around that. And it was kind of, wow, kind of shocking awareness actually of that, because I didn't think so. I never thought it was that. I just thought like I have no memory, no nothing, and it happens, but yeah, I don't remember it, so that's it. But it doesn't. And looking back now, I can see that I was always looking, always a child looking for connection, but the connection that felt safe and deep and true. And I never really cared for superficial friends or friendships or either with elder people. I had to look for something deeper and something true. And as I said, for years I never really missed having a father, but and in a way it was true because I never allowed myself to miss it. But all my trust in my self-reliance, and I built my life around that. I didn't need saving, and I didn't need anyone to fill that space. But still, it's also how I kind of apparently protected my wound. And I don't know if you recognize any of this, because if you never had to go through that kind of loss at a younger age, then you probably don't. But maybe, as I said, maybe you did, and maybe somebody in your surroundings did, and maybe this is a little bit of an eye opener, and it's something worth checking out for yourself. Because I'm now at the age of 63. I became much older than my dad ever did. I did still by that moment. I remember that I became the age one time my father died, and I was 31 years of age, and that was a bit strange because at that age I was a young adult woman, and life was so different. And I realized, my gosh, my dad didn't get older than this. But that's how far it went, because I couldn't go into any more further detail because I didn't have any other details. So what I'm saying is, even though you know certain events in your past and certain things shape your life without you really realizing it. They're not the obvious ones, the obvious things. Yes, I had at school, everybody was making something for Father's Day, and I had nobody to make it for. And so I did it just, my mom got twice things a year, something for Mother's Day and Father's Day. But or little moments when you have sleepovers, and your friends are, she curled up with her dad, and dad was doing this and dad was doing that, and you can see that. And yes, you see that, and these are the obvious signs, but they're not the real deep wounds that you never even knew of. Well, I never did anyhow. So I'm glad I did, and I can I can relate it now. I can give it a place now, and I know where certain things come from, and sometimes even maybe reasons, and why my life went the way it went. And it's quite an eye opener. And I can advise you. I can advise you. Yes, maybe that's the right word, and tell you perhaps it's really worth it to find out where, if you do have some hidden hurt and hidden grief, and and it can be very helpful in the next phase of your life, and place certain things that happened in your life. So with that, I'm leaving things to you, and I hope you're going to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself very well, and your loved ones, because I don't want to be dramatic, but you never know how life can go. So take very good care of yourself and your loved ones, as I said. And I hope to see you next time. If you do want to leave a comment, please do. I want to know whether the topic actually resonated to you, or if you have some sort of experience as well. And share it. It will be great, and we can all learn from each other and be supportive towards one another in words. So I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.